Hi, folks. Welcome to my humble homestead in the forest on this May 13th. You can see my breath a little bit. It's a cool morning. I think it's 0 or +1 right now. And I'm standing in front of my former chicken coop. Now I'm using it as storage. There's a video on that. And also a slideshow of how I built it, how we built it. But recently I came across I have competition. Recently I came across or I've been coming across videos of people saying my first month on YouTube, my first whatever 60 days, my first 6 months, my first year on YouTube, how I did and all that stuff. Some are disappointed, some are showing big checks, and some are whatever. Some are saying YouTube demonetized me, whatever. So I thought I will do the same. Now I'm not saying any of these people are lying or stretching the truth or dishonest or anything. I thought I have this channel, and here I'm trying to share with you as truthfully as I can everything that I've been in my journey. And so I thought I would do one for you too, and this will be, I am 100% sure this will be completely different than anything that's out there, that anyone's ever recorded or you're going to hear. Some of you are probably not going to agree with what I have to say, but please remember that this is just my experience and my beliefs. I love these birds. Hard to keep serious. Stay serious when you hear them. So yeah, before that, let me just give you this little bit of uh, up until however long ago, maybe I was 12 or so. I remember getting into debates with my dad over how there's no such thing as destiny, your life is what you make it, all that stuff. There's no outside force. You have complete autonomy. And more as I got older, I realized that we have no agency. We live in a sort of this is my belief now, stay with me or please don't start yelling at me now. We live in sort of a video game, a simulation or whatever. This was, I first thought of this 25 years ago or so. I remember where I was and who I was talking to. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And it is all, if it's not predestined, it's a program, just like a video game. You go this way, you have these sets of monsters to deal with, or obstacles or challenges. If you go that way, you have these sorts. But nonetheless, you're in this game. I am in this game, but I think we are in this game. And the programmer up there, or you can call him the AI in the sky, has decided what's going to happen, how many lives you get, how your life's going to go, all of that. So with that said, before I say that, before I go into the YouTube, my time with YouTube, just one more thing is that some of you that have been following me for some time, I only have maybe 90, not followers, what do you call subscribers. Know that from time to time I mention that. So I'm a mixture of a few cultures and from a region that's about 10,000 years old. And because of that, because this region, there were 26 countries under this umbrella, at least the past 2,500 years ago, there are many religions in that in that region. So in my family, there are at least four religions, all four big ones. Despite that, I am not religious. In fact, any chance I get, I go out of my way to dispel or take apart religions and say how we don't need them. So that's it. So you don't think that I'm religious, or I'm attaching this to any even one religion. I am not. When I say that there is a I don't want to say higher power or just, because I don't believe him to be a higher power or just because of all the injustices that I see. My favorite bird, woodpecker. Sometimes he comes and pecks on our metal roof because it'll be louder. What he's doing now, he's not looking for worms and larvae. He's actually trying to attract lady woodpeckers. And then sometimes there's a competition, one over here. If they start to sing, oh, it's like being in a rainforest. But anyway, I get excited easily. So my 6 months with YouTube, before I started it, almost exactly to date, 6 months ago, I did some research, as I do with everything. This deserves for me to shut up. You have you listen to it. When he starts, I'll shut up. And these ones too. Why am I saying anything? I studied, and they were talking about SEOs and what to tick, what to untick, what to say, what not to say, thumbnails, titles, colors. Oh, some flashing things and popping that and the icons and bursts of whatever, because people have short attention spans. None of you do, because if you did, you would not have subscribed to this show, and if you were and you hadn't subscribed, you would not still be watching me right now. But to keep people's attention, show little segments of what's about to come, so they can stay and watch it to the end. So there are there are literally thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of videos dedicated to what to say and how to set up your YouTube channel, how to be successful, how to go from this many subscribers to that many subscribers, viewers, and blah, 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 blah. None of it means anything. Because folks, listen to me, and feel free to comment, argue, debate. Let's start a talk. Let's start a conversation. How is it, if you could plan anything to the T, to how it's supposed to be, where it's supposed to go, how successful you can be, then how is it that there are folks in South America, India, or Southeast Asia, Middle East, Africa, Arctic Circle, Eastern Europe? How is it that all of these people have nowhere near the success rate? And we measure success by the amount of money someone makes. This isn't me, I'm just telling you. And yet, folks in Western Europe, and in particular, the number one in the States, have so much success. How is that? Are you telling me that all the Indians, all the African, all the folks in India, all the folks in Africa, all the folks in South America, Central America, these are all dumb idiots because they're so poor? They're dumb. They must be dumb. They must be dumb. 8 billion people, 7.5 billion of them were stupid. Makes no sense. What about little kids that have these terminal diseases? What do they do? What did they do? How are they not? It's not a measure of success now. Why are they suffering? I'm talking about how there's no injustice. So when you think you're studying all these things about YouTube, maybe you're considering having a YouTube channel. If you're going into it with the idea of making so much money by having subscribers, I'm telling you right now that there is at least, I mean, a very good chance that you're not gonna make it. Who decides who is going to make it, who's not going to make it? It's the same guy that decides how 7.5 billion people on this planet, not including these birds and all other inhabitants on this planet that are suffering, losing their habitation, losing their homes because of what we're doing to the planet. How no There's no justice. Don't lose your mind thinking, why am I not getting ahead? Why am I not getting subscribers or followers, whatever that you're doing, because maybe your videos are good, maybe your videos are not good. You're saying you have good content, you have um, um, uh, I don't know, sincerity. You have whatever, you're doing your best. And how is it that you're not succeeding? You're not succeeding because anyone's success rate, I know personally, I know people that for no reason that I can justify have such wealth. And I think, again, when you're comparing success with wealth, and I think, how is that even possible when I know people that are no uglier than they are, no less intelligent than they are, no less sincere than they are, and they're struggling their whole lives. So in short, give it up. If you're trying to start a YouTube channel thinking you're going to get rich and people are going to subscribe to you, and whatever it takes, advertisers are going to come after you, and they're going to pay you millions and millions of dollars, whatever, and like a easy street, walking the park. Honestly, I don't think you should go into it thinking that, because I worry that you're going to get disappointed. A good hard days of work, um, I think, in my opinion, is more rewarding. For instance, it's about 7:30 in the morning right now, and yesterday I worked at my elderly neighbors for 6 hours. It was hard labor, and I did an hour before I went to her house, and I did an hour after I came back from her house, and it was a lot of physical labor. And to me, that was more rewarding. I mean, of course, I'm not doing this YouTube channel for money. It's not monetized. And one of the reasons, by the way, that I didn't monetize it is because when I was doing my research, and I thought, first of all, I don't like commercials and ads, especially when they're not relevant to what I'm talking about. But I noticed that unless you're excuse me, unless the advertisers that are advertising on your channel are drug companies, army, join the armed forces, uh, companies like tech companies like Microsoft, and all the companies that Microsoft owns, um, alcohol, tobacco. I don't know if tobacco. I sell tobacco, but there's like logging, and all these cars, whatever. All these cars, not so much, but all the rest of them, I don't subscribe to, and I really don't approve of. So, and these are the ones that are the highest paying advertisers. And I thought, well, I don't want them. So I'll just say I don't want any of these segments and sectors. And then all those so-called gurus of YouTube who are getting their subscribers, by the way, by everyone else watching their shows. So I guess they did all right. They were saying, don't ever say to YouTube that you don't want any sectors or any advertisers, because they can kind of block you, whether willingly or algorithm blocks you, because they don't want this, they don't want that. Maybe it's too difficult. We'll just go with someone who wants everything on their channel. And all the advertisers that don't pay as much, may or may not be either non-offenders or do-gooders, if there is such a thing, but they don't pay hardly any money. So I thought, well, why do this if if people that are going to be advertising aren't going to be paying as much? So I might as well not advertise at all and not bother the viewers. And I mean, I don't know what the future holds, but I say that because I'm old enough to know that every time in my whole life, every time I've said never have I, and I've ended up regretting it. So I'm not going to say never. I'm not destitute like I was 4 or 5 years ago for money, but I'm not. I'm nowhere near being out of the woods. Although I don't want to be out of the woods. If this is the woods, not that other woods, dark. So yeah, did I say everything I wanted to say? Anyway, I'm very busy. Just one thing. Right now is my super busiest time of the year. I'm coming out of the winter, and I'm working for my neighbor, and I'm working here, and I have I have so much work to do. If the days were twice as long, maybe I would be able to catch up. So I apologize for not um, posting more videos right now. But I will do as much as I can. That's why I'm here at 7:30 in the morning trying to shoot this. The sun's at the east, and it's still at the east since it hasn't actually moved. That's how early it is still. And then I have to rush over, do what I have to do. And then there's also rainy days. Those are recovery days. But then I'm so pooped. I don't feel like coming out making a video. I apologize, but please bear with me. And if you can get out, and if you're in the northern hemisphere, get out. And even if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's beautiful fall at this time of year. Get out as much as you can and enjoy these beautiful days. These days are gifts, even if the guy is trying to manipulate everything, it's programmed everything, and whatever. Even if we live in this simulation, it's still beautiful days. There are hard days might be coming, difficult days might be coming, and I've had them in the winter, and I'm not done having them. I'm sure there's more coming. So get out and enjoy.